From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon, Penn State. I'm student meteorologist Jacob Morse here with your Thursday afternoon forecast update. And man, what a nice afternoon it has turned out to be. Plenty of blue skies out there as you're taking a live look outside over Beaver Stadium. A stark difference compared to what we saw yesterday with lots of cloud cover in our area. We've seen snow showers moving through over the past couple of days. Temperatures have responded nicely today to that sunshine as well, warming up into the middle 40s, which is actually a touch above average for this time of year. Those winds out of the west-southwest helping to usher in that more mild air for a brief period of time. We've got a storm system that we have to track out over the next couple of days, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But those temperatures across the central portion of the state in the middle 40s in the central mountains and in southeastern PA. In the western portions of the state, though, those temperatures are still mired in the low to mid 30s. That's where some snowpack is still on the ground from the snow that those portions of the state received over the past couple of days. Some snow still on the ground, allowing for those temperatures to remain much cooler than in other portions of the state. Those winds are out of the south, as I mentioned, but they are much lighter than they were yesterday. Wind gusts were in excess of 30 miles per hour, making it feel that much colder yesterday across the state. A much more pleasant day as you're stepping out the doorway this afternoon across the Keystone State. The radar and satellite imagery shows those clear skies across most of Pennsylvania, just a few high-level wispy cirrus clouds in parts of the state right now. And that's ahead of our next storm system as you're taking a look, a broader picture across the eastern portion of the country. There's actually two areas of low pressure, two areas of moisture that we have to look at for how this storm system will evolve over the next 24 to 36 hours. One is a weak disturbance in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere up over the Great Lakes right now, and another is a more substantial surface area of low pressure down in around the Gulf Coast and the southeastern portion of the country. These two will phase together and form a pretty potent storm system as we go into the weekend. The question is the track of the system and how much of that moisture actually makes it up here into the central portion of Pennsylvania. So let's time this hour by hour for you using one of our computer models. We'll see some more clouds filter into our area this afternoon, although I think those will mostly be mid and upper level clouds, so just some filtered sunshine in the afternoon hours today. More thick cloud cover moves in for the morning hours tomorrow, and we'll see some scattered rain showers move into southern Pennsylvania by the afternoon hours tomorrow. Here in Center County, we'll start to see some of that rain move in by the midday tomorrow. Some scattered light rain showers. None of this precipitation will be particularly heavy here in the central portion of the state. But then notice as we go into Friday evening and Friday into the overnight hours, the colder air filters in from the north, and that could allow for some of this rain to flip over to some brief periods of snow in the north central and northeastern portions of Pennsylvania, especially in the higher terrain. Here in Center County, it looks like all of the precipitation will stay as rain throughout the overnight hours on Friday. It's not until we get into the morning hours on Saturday when the bulk of the precipitation has moved east of Center County and most of the Commonwealth when that colder air really starts to filter in, and we could see some scattered snow showers, especially in western Pennsylvania. Some of those snow showers making it here into the central portion of the state on Saturday morning and Saturday midday as that lake effect snow machine really gets kicked up into gear with those strong winds out of the northwest throughout the day on Saturday. A mixture of clouds and sunshine with some of those snow showers moving through throughout the day on Saturday before they clear out, and a cold air mass will come in for the rest of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. In terms of how much snow across the state, including that lake effect snow over the weekend, it doesn't look like a whole lot, maybe an inch or so in the higher elevations of northwestern Pennsylvania or the Laurel Highlands. Otherwise, just maybe a coating along the northern tier of Pennsylvania as that colder air comes in on the backside of the storm system. Here's a wider view using the European model. So different models' interpretation of the storm system. There's still a little bit of uncertainty with the forecast. There was a lot more uncertainty with how this storm system was going to track a couple of days ago. But this is how the European model plays it out. Some rain moving into central Pennsylvania by the afternoon hours on Friday. That cold air staying at bay to the north of us, and that will allow most of the precipitation to stay as rain here in the central portion of the state. If anything, some of the rain will change over to snow in the northern tier of Pennsylvania along the New York border. But then check out as the storm system turns into a nor'easter pretty much over New England, and that will allow for some accumulating snow in upstate New York and parts of northern New England. So that's something to watch for those people that live in the New England portion of the country. But here in State College today, warming up to a high of 46 degrees, a little bit above average for this time of year with mostly sunny skies. Tonight we'll drop down to a low of 33 with those clouds on the increase. And then tomorrow we warm up to a high of 43 degrees with those clouds sticking around throughout the day and the showers moving in, especially as we go into the afternoon hours. So your 7-day forecast shows those scattered snow showers from Lake Erie and also possibly from Lake Ontario moving in on Saturday morning. Some of those snow showers lingering around throughout the middle portion of the day, but then they'll taper off as we get into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Then sun and clouds for the second half of your weekend on Sunday, but cold air will be in place for the second half of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. High temperatures will only be in the mid to upper 30s throughout that stretch, maybe warming up a little bit by the time we get to the middle of next week, but a dry stretch of weather for the beginning of next week after we've seen a pretty active weather pattern for this past week. For the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm student meteorologist Jacob Morse. Have yourselves a great rest of the day.